Farmers raided. Took them 3 days to get rid of the FDA people. They were finally caught in the line. He forced them off. But he's lost over $250,000 now. Alex,
well, the bigger issue is they have all these secret police that go around spying, and they see you selling eggs out front your farm, and they'll send an undercover cop to buy eggs as if it's illegal. It's not. And then they SWAT team you and steal all your computers or material. But then you've got the Amish and the Mennonites. They're CPSing their children because they won't vaccinate them. Of course, there's no cases of autism in the Amish, and the hundreds of thousands in Illinois alone. I've had medical doctors on about that. I mean, they just don't want us free living on the land. And all these little local towns have created all these SWAT teams and armored paramilitary groups, and the feds are out there, all these different departments, and they're just sitting around with machine guns in their office all day with nobody to squeeze, and they just look out their windows hating the citizens, hating the people. And they're just like parasites. Meanwhile, they're shipping in for the school lunch program. Tens of thousands of U.S. school children have gotten hepatitis from the strawberries and stuff out of Mexico. They don't care. That keeps happening. They keep shipping in the hogs out of Mexico with these brain-eating worms in them. And now in major cities, thousands of people a year are getting brain worms. A lot of cases it's killing them. Folks, I'm not kidding. I can play mainstream news about brain-eating worms. In fact, John, cue up the brain worm story. They don't believe it. All that's okay. It's just you're not going to have Amish making cheese. It isn't going to happen. Please continue.
Hello. There's also the incident in Wisconsin where the Amish are being forced to register their premises. You know about premises registration, I'm sure.
Yeah, tell folks about that criminal action against humanity.
Well, now, the Amish are being forced to register their premises. This goes against their religious freedom.
And when you register it then waives all your rights and then lets the new parasite core on your property.
Exactly. And the Amish are forced with a hard decision. There's one guy in court right now. One Amish
They
guy.
just all have to stick together and say no.
We gotta push back.
Look, the beast system is going to come for them. They are not going to, unless they stand up and unified, say no to the degenerate America haters, the literal communists that they hire, the greenies who hate anybody. Look, the greenies don't care about toxic waste, genetic engineering, rainforests being cut down. I've seen them. All they want is your property. They're pirates. Okay, that's all they are. And they've got a liberal front with the long hair and the sandals, but they got machine guns, and they want your property. They're degenerate, anti-liberty filth, traitorous garbage, and we have to admit what they are. Please continue.
So where do we stop? Where do we start, Alex? This goes on and on. One thing we could do, perhaps, is make some phone calls to the new USDA head, Vilsack, I think his name is. This man is supported and put in place by large corporations. A very significant part, Alex, of our problem, I believe, is the money that's being pushed by the large corporation, and their ideas are being foisted off on large farmers, and they really don't know better.
Are you kidding? The big 5 or 6 major GMO companies openly announce it's their business plan to shut down all the family farms, ranches, Amish, and Mennonites, and they're doing a good job of it, and they've turned loose a bunch of control freak scumbags with submachine guns to do it. And I'm telling you, phone calls isn't going to work with these people. They're just going to promote them. If you call and complain about these thugs, they're going to be promoted. They love it. They hate this country. I'm telling you, it's going to take a lot more than phone calls. And I think it's good to put these bastards on notice that we're aware of their criminal activity, but I don't know about phone calls to these degenerates. And I'm sorry.
You're aware of the seed cleaner out in the Midwest that had his record stolen, and all his customers were visited by thugs from Monsanto demanding payment for the supposed infraction they did on Monsanto's rights? You heard about that one?
Absolutely. Percy Smizer in Canada, the folks in North Dakota. I mean, people have their seed records. They don't buy from Monsanto. Monsanto plants canola or soybeans right next to you. It gets into your crops. That's how it works. They trespass on your property. They find 1 or 2 plants out of 1 million, and then they own their own court in St. Louis, and they come after you. Go ahead.
And it goes on. It just goes on and on.
It's piracy. Look. It's domination. It's conquering. These are global corporations. They're military in operation. We're being conquered by them.
It's really difficult to know where to start, Alex.
I know.
I think what you start with is that when the consumer realizes what the farmer is going through, contact your local friendly farmer, buy direct from him. The other great big thing we have a problem with is the state seems to think they own our privilege of operation, i.e. in Pennsylvania, they seem to think we have to have a permit to sell food. Now,
they're now saying all over the country, without a law, it's a regulation, they're trying it in Texas, Kansas, Missouri, all over. They're trying to say that you don't just buy a hunting license to turn a right into a privilege, just like we're back in England again. Now you got to register your property and waive your rights to be able to hunt on your own land. It's not even a law. We have to say no now. And what you said is key. Five years ago, the public woke up that human growth hormone in milk, it was cow hormone, but it mimics human hormone, was hurting people. So people started buying organic pasteurized sludge. It's better than the GMO pasteurized sludge. But they call it milk. That white stuff you buy, they claim is organic. So now you can't find the growth hormone milk. Now, they don't mention all the other hormones they're putting in it. But the point is that we can have a sea change, and I agree. You have got to go to farmers markets. You have got to support local farming. You have got to go directly to them and not be lazy butts and go to only Death Mart, Chinese Slave Mart, and buy it. Go ahead, sir.
Well, if we go to the local farmer, all right, and buy from him, he thrives. There's an instance in Maryland where a girl said, I want to buy raw milk. She put together a buying co-op. Within 2 years, she had 2,000 people buying milk. Now, this makes farmers in Lancaster County thrive. It's all illegal. It's all black market stuff. But you know what, Alex? It's working.
Well, that's like the Dukes of Hazzard. Instead of running moonshine, they're running milk. Well, listen, I'll tell you right now, I know people that literally go meet in parking lots, and it's like a drug deal when they sell you the milk. I mean, that's how pathetic this has gotten.
I've done it. I've delivered meat to parking lots in Maryland from my farm. It's crazy. It looks like a drug deal. It really does. It's really crazy, Alex.
Well, I mean, have you heard they SWAT team aloe vera farms now?
Is that right? That's happening?
How dare you sell aloe vera? Oh, it's for See, they got this giant anti-drug force. Now they're going to turn them into spies and a group to go after the farmers and ranchers, just like Stalin. They don't want you independent. Stay there, sir. We'll talk more about solutions on the other side. You know, I've been really fired up today, really angry. Kind of an old Alex Jones form. And things have gotten bad in this country because we've lost the ability or forgotten the ability to get angry. It's outrageous to have people in uniforms, tyrants. By the way, the next step is death camps and mass murder. It always is, if you know history. To be so full of themselves that they're out here harassing and controlling the population. They are lawless tyrants. I don't care what they say. They're here to destroy the family farm and bring in tyranny. And I, for one, am not going along with it. So I just want to commend our guest, Jonas Stoltzfus, Pennsylvania Independent Consumers and Farmers Association, founded in direct response to Mark Nolt. Now, you also have the Buckeye Institute that successfully sued a lot of folks, with the constitutional lawyers and scholars now suing the local goons that raided the family selling eggs at gunpoint for 6.5 hours and stole all their computers and material. And that wasn't an Amish family. That was just mainline folks out on a farm. And, of course, they said to the police, well, our sons in Iraq, they don't care about all that. This is about the New World Order. This is about you're there to pay their paycheck, and you're there to get, literally be their slave. And these are shameful people. When you're around these scum, these locals and these federal agencies and the rest of them. I mean, are they proud of themselves? Are they proud of themselves raiding Amish people for milk and things like that?
Just aside there, the recent raid, one of the raids at Mark Nolt's place, there's a fellow walked up to the state cop that was guarding the lane, and he asked the cop, what do you feel about being part of this? The guy said, well, I'm just doing my job. Well, this neighbor says, so did Hitler's Gestapo. They were just doing their job. And that is, I think, where some of these guys are. They have nothing better to do. So they do this because that's what they enjoy doing. They don't have a real job.
Yeah. People should go, listen, people should go picket those state police officers' houses. If you see them in the restaurant, I don't care if it's not the same officer out there, SWAT teaming people for eggs. You go up and you tell them while they're eating, I don't appreciate what you've done to this country. Well, I'm not involved in that. Yes, you are. You speaking out against it? You're part of the problem, Mac. We're so trained that they're allowed to abuse us and push us around and treat us like scum. We're supposed to take it.